Hey guys, what's going on? We are back live. Sorry about the technical difficulties. That was my bad, and I hope that you can hear me this time. But those who was on the last live video, feel free to jump back in because we're about to get started again with some more. So we're back again, like I said. So feel free to do what you got to do. Come on in. Let's get started.
Hold on a second.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it is not showing up for me.
Oh, you said he was getting a little antsy.
Oh, there it is.
Mm.
It's
Oh,
taking a moment.
oh, you talking about your phone? Like oh, okay. All right. Yep, we are back. Me, Dayan, we are back. Sorry about that. Can you hear me though? Can you hear my voice? That's the main concern.
Oh wait, this might be what you uploaded just a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, loud and clear. Yes, we are. We are go. We are loud and clear. Thank goodness. Whew. Thank you. Yeah, that's all it was. I just had to reconnect the microphone.
I cannot see the question, so.
Oh wait, we haven't done the questions yet. She just saying that she can hear me loud and clear, so that's good. That's a start.
Okay.
Can you see him now?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Refresh the page.
All right, cool. All right.
Yay.
We are live, folks.
Sorry for the technical difficulties, folks.
Yeah, we are live once again.
Sounds like you're having speaking difficulties.
Yeah, just
technical and human difficulties.
yeah, just relax, breathe, woosah, do a little, it'll be good. All right, guys, we are back once again. Winged Aeon, do you have any more angel questions for us? And for anybody else that wants to give this, okay, we lost one, so we got two. But it is getting late, so they probably tired or whatever.
Okay. I'm sure they'll be back.
She said, "Of course, LOL." Okay, well, feel free to ask. You're the first one in, so let's get started. You can be the first person to ask a question, and and make it a whopper. If you know something that you need to know that doesn't make any sense to you, make it a whopper, and I bet you they can answer.
Yes, and he's also open to answering questions about himself as well. So,
okay.
If there's anything you want to know about him.
Right. And by him, she means her mate. If you remember who her mate is. Because, if she doesn't, then we'll probably have to recap her so that she can get an understanding. Okay. So, I hope a cat didn't catch a tongue. And oh, here we go. Okay. Can you communicate with them like you do the creator? Because I feel like I can talk to them too.
Oh yes, I'm very much in communication with him.
Right.
It's very possible to communicate with him.
Right. Like I said, you just got to believe that you can first. You don't want to let the program.
But that's not necessarily true because when he first came to me, it was a complete surprise.
Well, yeah.
I was not expecting it.
Oh yeah, none of us were. Believe you me.
And I argued with him that he wasn't real and needed to go away.
But he didn't. He stayed.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
All right. So that answers your first question. Since you're still the first one here, there's two people watching, but the second one doesn't come. Oh, there we go. Michael Bird's back. Yay! Welcome back, my friend. Ooh, I'll say awesome. You made it back. You made it back home. Now can they answer my question? I asked about the Muslim cube or the world stone that it is called.
Well, as I was trying to say, I don't know if you heard any of what I was trying to say, but we are not up to that level yet. What he's been working on us, or working with us on, is the balance and how we fit into that, and basically the purpose of what we're supposed to be doing at this point. He has told us that there are things that we still have left to learn, and that chances are we're not going to learn everything, before that balance is reestablished.
Okay. Okay. Now this one is a whopper, like I told her.
Oh boy.
Yeah. She says,
Oh boy.
okay. Now this one is actually for you, my friend. Speaker. She asks, also, does he know what angel is he?
Okay, to answer this question, there was a. Please excuse the background noise you may hear. There's an angry child in the next room. Anyway, to answer this question, there was a point where the guardians were given a gift, and they were given the beginning, the middle, and the after, and there was a record kept of this. It is known here on earth as the Book of Thoth or the Lamb's Book of Life. Now, when you may have heard of Thoth before, he was an Egyptian god. And no, I'm not saying that, they were. Now, ancient guardians, or what the guardians were revered later as gods. It's a misconception.
Yeah. They were very respected, but they were not worshipped. They were not gods.
Right. But through Thoth, you may have heard of the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. That is different. The Emerald Tablets were meant to be left here on Earth as a guide for later generations who found it and could translate it and could, gain its knowledge. Okay, the Book of Thoth is on their plane, a higher plane. It's not here on Earth. I was the being, or the guardian, that wrote that. When it comes to angels and their names, you would know who I was as Metatron.
Okay. Well,
There we go.
There's your answer. A very good one. So now moving on, so we can stay caught up here. Next one is from our friend. Don't feel. Oh, I think he's basically commenting to her about what she said.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He says, "Don't feel bad because you don't have the answer to my question. It might not be your place to know anything about that. You might have another path to walk besides mine. We all have different paths. That's very true."
Yes, and I know exactly. Well, not everything that I'm supposed to do, but I know where I fit into the grand scheme of things, basically.
Right. Yeah, we all fit in that grand scheme of things. We all have our purpose for that. I have mine. She has hers. He has his. You probably.
Yes, I'm basically one half of the balance. I am his life, basically.
Yep. If you want to know more about it, just come on down. We'll tell you. All right. This one is for from Winged Aeon again, but she was saying, "Wow, that's crazy. I was going to bring up that name earlier." Oh, okay. But wasn't sure if you were familiar with that angel. LOL. Okay. So she knew.
Yeah, I'm reading Michael's comment below that. Yes,
Okay.
we are well aware that there are things that they're purposely keeping out of things. Even things that are leaked, so to speak, is monitored as to what is leaked.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So when you hear, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, what he's saying
yeah. So like when you see these videos on YouTube of certain things that they didn't want us to know about, but they say it's a leak from the government or what, or somebody from the government leaked it to YouTube or whatever, it's still controlled to us.
It's basically a form of manipulation.
Yeah.
They're wanting you to go down a certain path, and they leave you these little, leaks, but they're not giving you the whole information. And with that whole information, it may have a totally different meaning.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's just a way of creating division, basically.
Right. And that's alive and well. Been doing it for God knows how long. Wow. Yeah, man. Only about 10 minutes in, and we doing real good. Getting some real whoppers. I like that.
Okay, I'm going to have to step away for just a moment. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. We'll be here. But we still have the speaker. So if anybody have any more questions, feel free to answer. Feel free to ask. That's why we're here.
Yes, and I am eager because I missed a small portion of the last.
Yeah, I would go back to that, but we already ended the video.
The technical difficulties.
Oh, speaking of technical difficulties, my mother's calling me right now. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, did you strip your faucet last night?
I didn't have to because it wasn't that cold. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I just didn't have the cabinets open, but it was still. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have any problems. But I just want to tell you that I'm doing a live video right now, so you're actually live with me right now. I say you're actually live with me right now on my YouTube channel. Bye. Sorry about that, guys. That was my mother. All right, I'm back. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, she didn't know. Oh yeah. I wish you could say that before. I'll make sure I say hi when I see you again.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
That's okay. My mom came in right after you left, so I had to answer the call. So she was live with me. I should have kept her on speaker, but I didn't. When I said to make sure I say hi, I will. I promise. All right. So, Lean Aaron, do you have any more angel questions? Any more whoppers? Oh, we got one coming in from Dejan Nathaniel. First time listener. I'm glad you back got an answer from Mama, bro. You got to answer for Mama. Yep, you're right about that. Manipulation through disinformation. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But hey, so Dejan, you got any questions for our guests tonight? Feel free to ask any question that you've been wanting to know, dealing with the unknown or the truth or whatever, what you feel the truth should be or what you think it might be. Just feel free to bring them on in, my friend. That's why we're here. So we'll be waiting. But yeah, that disinformation is a real bother. Believe you me. Oh, here we go. Why can't we see them? Mean the angels, of course, I would imagine. Is that what you're saying? Why can't we see the angels?
They are on a higher plane.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
They are on a higher frequency than ours.
Yeah.
It overlaps kind of like a blanket on a mattress. And they're close enough that they can see us, and if need be, they can interact. And an example of that would be if it's not your time, your guardian angel can step in and save you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. They are on a higher vibrational frequency, basically.
Yes.
They're outside our field of vision.
Right. And because I've had that where my guardian angel has came through many times for whatever the reason. Okay, we got one from Michael Bird again. So it's been a while since we have done a live chat. So how have you been? Oh, I've been great. Just doing what I got to do. just posting the videos, for my channel, trying to elevate people's minds, open them up, take away all those blocks about, all the stuff that's going on in these national parks, just doing my part in all of this, by me being a voice for angels and being a mediator for everything else. So that, like I said, that's the reason why we're here today, because I was called to do this and I answered it, and I will always answer my call. So at first, when I started these live videos, people didn't understand. So as we go along, more information is being added, they're understanding more, and I will be revealing something to everyone on another live video that we're going to have. I just received a message from my guardian saying that it's time for me to reveal my true self to everyone. So I will be doing that the next time we talk. So I just want to make sure I save everything what we got going on now for the questions that you guys need to ask for our guests here, because that's what this is about tonight. It's not about me. I come after that. This is more important. So, okay. And he says or any other paranormal coming from Dejan. Really?
It's because they're on that higher level. They're beyond our field of vision.
Right.
Yes, I have, Michael. There's all kinds of things going on. Crazy energy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I've seen them myself. I've seen flashes in front of my face.
I have even experienced energy spikes myself here recently. Yeah. That's kind of new to me. I'm actually experiencing one tonight, but I think it's due to hype, because I get to talk to all you amazing people and answer your great questions.
Right. It's truly an honor. Believe you me. All right. It says here from Michael Bird, I have noticed you already answered it. I'm sorry. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So now we go moving on to Winged Aeon.
Yes.
I remember always having dreams of flying and of being at this place that had tall pillars and marble floors beyond Earth. Do you know what this place is? Beyond. That's what she was trying to spell.
Yeah. When it comes to that, dreams, they can be important, but the information you receive through dreams might not necessarily be literal. He actually warned me before he came through to me, but I didn't know what it meant. And I'd had this dream about obelisks, and this obelisk was speaking, and it was telling the story about how he just wanted to be freed to get back to his human form and return to what he called the one that was made for him. So, but he has also stated that there are places hidden that we might not necessarily be able to get to unless we're supposed to.
Right.
So.
Okay. Now this one is coming from Dejan again. What, in your opinion, is taking our people in the natty parks?
Well, there are things on this plane that are not human, and they do sometimes prey on us. So.
Yeah. I've been told that we're like delicacies for some.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, sorry to put it so bluntly, but we're here talking about the truth, so it's basically what that is.
Not everything. Sometimes people just accidentally wander into a portal.
Right.
But you also have to keep in mind that portals don't open by accident.
Nope.
There has to be something
going along the lines of something that she just said in the previous answer to the previous question. It could very well be that sometimes these people venture into these places that are normally inaccessible to us unless we're supposed to find them.
Right.
I'm not saying that's always the case, I'm just saying that it is a possibility.
Right. Okay. Now this is coming from Dijon again, saying those beings or things are.
Well, some of them are not from this dimension. Some of them are from other dimensions. Things like Bigfoot that seem to appear and disappear, they're coming in and out of portals.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing with UFOs. They come out of portals. But there are other things that we share this plane with. And it would pretty much be things that have been taught to be mythological, but they do exist.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's how they get you with mythology and all the other stuff. They claim it to be just, a story or whatever. Okay, now this one is coming from our friend. Have they noticed the dimensional beings that are feeding on people and actually making them dumber? Not a joke, not a laughing matter, and I'm serious.
I have noticed what I call a de-evolution in intelligence, but people don't. It's almost like they're turning into zombies.
Yeah.
They don't think for themselves, and they don't question things, and they pretty much just buy into whatever is fed to them. So it would not surprise me.
Yeah. Me neither.
Now, as far as I've seen things, not sure if they're from this dimension or not, but there are things that I've seen that are what I call invisible but visible, because you can only see them when they move. It's like they blend in with the environment around them, and unless they're moving, you're not going to see them.
The best comparison that one could make with that, and yes, I've seen them myself very few times, would be, think of the movie Predator, and when he cloaks, how you can't see him sometimes unless he moves.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I've seen one of those, they have been going away from me, like they're just trying to get away. But I don't know if those are things from this dimension or they're from another dimension or what. So
yeah,
there's lots of things here we don't know about.
right. Oh yeah, a lot. That's why I said that we need to learn more about Earth history, instead of just human history. And that, I think that's the part that's part of that program too. We don't know about that, so we don't hear about this other stuff, and that's why it seems so weird to people that can't seem to comprehend what it is.
Yeah. So. History has been very much manipulated.
Mm-hmm. Very much.
And we can't really argue with it because we were not there to see it ourselves. So exactly. How do we question it?
Exactly. Yep. Okay. Now, this one is from Wayne Ayan, and she brings up a very, very good question. Is the national park thing connected to human trafficking? Everybody asked that question.
I guess you could say it is in a way, but not the way that you're thinking.
Right. I was thinking the same thing. Because I mean, with the disappearances in the national parks, if you look at the way they disappear, it's not.
Oh yeah, they are very much aware that things are taking people, and they are trying to cover it up.
Right.
But I guess you could consider that human trafficking, but not in the way that we would normally think of it.
Right. I mean, that's a good analogy, but yeah, it's way different from that. I mean, because when you're dealing with human trafficking, it's like, if you look at the way they're being taken, it's nothing compared to how they are, because this is a human element on how that's happening. And I can see where that would kind of make it sound like it is, because they're disappearing too, like as if they're taking people as well, like how they take children, with trafficking and all that stuff. But you got to look at what they do with them when it comes to human trafficking, and then what they do with them as far as when they're being taken the way they are, so it's still a difference, but yet I can see where you're going with that, like she said. Okay. This okay. I'll make sure I do that. Juan, he's telling me that I can just call him Juan. Okay, all right. So yeah, we got that taken care of. And now this one is about question about David Paulides. Okay, David Paulides talked about the predator like being a woman seen in the woods. Oh yeah, the photo, the famous photo that she took with the outline and the hairs and all that stuff. Yeah, that's exactly what she's talking about.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, this one's coming from my friend here. Yes. I have seen those freaking entities that are invisible and become visible for short periods of time. They are not dimensional. They are from another place. And he also says they are a jinn kind. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can tell you, I've seen them myself. I was outside enjoying the warm summer weather, and I saw something leap, like a dark shadow, leap off the roof of my neighbor's house, and then within seconds, it was directly in front of me. Like, I mean, literally, like right here. And all I could see, and now the analogy for me is that think about the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze, and remember when Carl was being taken to, the underworld by those black shadowy things. Now, if you look at how they look, there's a certain part in the scene where you can see these black shadows, and in the center you see their face, but you can actually see through to the other side, but you see the mouth, the nose, and the eyes. That's what it looked like to me when it was like right in my face. So yes, they are definitely real, and I saw it with my own two eyes. And I told you before in my videos, never doubt what your eyes see because it's all real. So I know I saw what I saw. So, and everybody else here knows that they saw what they saw. So I would never say that you didn't. You know. All right. Okay, this one is from Michael Bird again. And they need to wear an cold rod iron loop to protect themselves from them.
Oh, he's getting a little uppity over here, like nothing's getting through me.
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, they are one of the first ones. Normal rules do not apply to. This is Michael Bird again. Okay.
Oh, did you actually feel that? Because, like, by the time you said that, he got, like, uppity and was like, nothing's getting through me, and then you wrote that.
Yeah, I felt that. It just calmed down really quick. I was like, whoa, okay. And it kind of elevated itself a little bit with that. I felt it. It was like, wow. So, glad you came back down to us. Okay. Sorry, people. I'm hungry. Okay.
To clear it up for those that are wondering, the darkness is here, right? And it has been here ever since my brother was taken from this plane. And it's been out of control ever since. Now, when he comes back with the rest of them and that balance is reestablished, he will be taking care of that darkness. He will have help, yes, but he's going to clean the floor, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. There's going to be nothing anyone can do because he'll have that right. He has free will, just like we do. Okay. Got one coming in from Juan. How do we stop them, the beings, from taking us? Good question.
One very important thing you can do. If you ever get the feeling, and I mean this overwhelming feeling, even if you don't know why, you're getting it. You will know when one of them is around, and you will know when they are in hunting mode. Because you will feel it. You will have this primal danger, run away feeling. Always listen to that.
Mm-hmm.
Do it in a calm way. Do not show fear, because they will pounce on you like you are a rabbit.
Yeah, they feed off of fear, literally. Yeah, see, the main thing, trust, like I tell you all the time on my channel, trust yourself and your instincts. If I haven't said it, I'm saying it now. Always trust yourself and your instincts. Listen to your being if you know how to feel that. But the main thing, like she said, if you get this feeling, and you know that it's telling you to go, you need to go. But stay calm, like she said. Don't panic, just go. If you know where you're going, get there. Don't even try to look back. Don't think about the fact that it's behind you. Just go and get where you got to go and just keep moving. If you see your car, jump in it and take off. All right, moving on. Let's see. Okay, this one is coming. Oh, so well, first of all, I want to say I hope that answers your question, Juan. All right, now this one is coming from Wayne Aon. Are spirit animals real? Do we have spirit animals?
Yes, there are spirit animals. I've actually seen them. I've actually had them come to me in dreams and touch me. So, they're there.
Oh yeah. I've seen a couple of them myself outside my house, like standing like right on my yard, like in the grass. One of them looked like a black dog. And it just came up to me and then it just disappeared. Okay. She was just saying, good question, Juan. And that was a very good question. You said, because I love being in the country. Yeah, but something like I said, we don't know enough about Earth history, and there's stuff out there that you can't explain. You gotta be well aware of it. That's why we're here, so that you can be aware of the things. And one thing I also want to tell you, if you're in the forest, you're jogging, you're walking on a trail, whatever. If you see distortion in the atmosphere in front of you, that is another sign that you need to back away and walk in the opposite direction, because you may just be walking up to a portal or a dimensional bubble. I'm not sure if that dimensional bubble is a good term to use, but I do know if you see that could be a portal that is invisible to the naked eye, but you see the energy that it gives off or the distortion of the environment around it. Like say if you're looking at the trees and it looks ripply in certain spots, that's what I'm talking about. If you see like a ripple, or a change in the distortion of the atmosphere around you, you need to go. But you have to know what you're looking at, of course. There was a story that I talked about on my channel before about an older man who was walking on a trail, and he came up to this area in the forest where there was some distortion in front of him. He didn't know what it was, so he kept walking, but then he slowed down to a crawl. And then as he took one step forward, the front of his foot disappeared. And he saw it with his own two eyes when he looked down. And then he pulled his foot back, freaked out, turned around, and ran in the opposite direction. So now, had he kept going, he probably never would have came back, because it's a one-way trip. They don't really. There is no way to get back. Basically, I've heard of a lot of people that have done that, and they never came back. I've had visions about one particular person that I talked about, but that's another story. But yes, that's another way for you to tell if there's something rotten in Denmark. You see that, you go in the opposite direction. All right. Okay.
Also, if you're like out in the woods or something and suddenly everything goes silent.
Oh yes.
Still.
Yes. Oh my gosh. David Paulides talked about that, and I've talked about this on my channel where him and a friend of his was walking in the forest, and they was on a trail. Then all of a sudden, like she said, everything got dead quiet. And then all of a sudden, the trees was moving, but there was no wind. Birds weren't singing. You didn't hear any crickets. You didn't hear nothing. You didn't even hear the sound of twigs crackling if something was stepping on it. It was just dead quiet. And then 20 minutes later, the wind came back. The sound of the birds came back. Everything just felt normal. Same thing happened to me last year in May, around 4 o'clock in the morning. I went outside, enjoying the warm air. All of a sudden, I noticed really quick that the trees were swaying, but there was no wind. I didn't feel it on my body. And then I look around, everything around me looked like a movie set for some reason. Now, I have been told that when that happens, that is two levels merging. That's the effect that it gives off. So in another case, that's what that is as well. It's also a sign of a predator being in the area, and it could be one of them, what we talked about before about the dark ones, But in cases like this, being in the suburbs like where I am, that's what that really was. That was two levels merging. So it causes the same effect, but it has, I guess, apparently there's two different reasons why that happens. But for me, that was one of them. So that was the experience that I had that they were polite as talked about. So that was pretty creepy. It made me run inside for about 20 minutes. When I came back, everything was back to normal. Wind was blowing. I felt it on my body. The area around me, like the houses in the cul-de-sac that I live in, didn't look like a movie set. So everything was, like I said, back to normal. So creepy, but very, very exciting experience because I can say that I actually had it. I even emailed him and told him that I had the experience. Never got a response, but at least I did what I had to do. Okay, moving on. Once again, let me see. Okay. He says, "Me too. I want to go camping, but as long as you find out what the whole deal is all about when you go out there, first thing you do, wear dark clothing. Have a personal locator transponder, a firearm if you have one in the place where you are, or if you have one for that state where that place is. Have a dog with you for protection because they have been known to protect people in these situations, and they always come back sometimes. So, but main thing is wear dark clothing when you go out there if you're going to camp, okay? And have all these items. This is what they will polite always says because these are the ones that actually do come back. And if you know what to do, if you get lost, 3 gunshots into the air, and somebody's going to hear it. So, and they'll track that sound down. So these are the things you have to remember if you're going to go camping, okay? So, just so you know. All right, moving on. Okay, wait, I'm gonna make sure I don't miss anything because okay, one says, could it all be demons, angels, or are aliens taking over people? I mean, taking our people. I'm sorry, taking our people.
Well, as far as demons and angels go, no.
There you go. Short, straight to the point.
They really do not interact with this plane. Now, the dark entities will try to loop you into that. But again, that is your choice. If you invite it in.
Hey, what's going on, Tez 10? Welcome to my live chat. Sorry about that.
If you invite that in, even if you're not aware that's what you're doing, they can interact. But it's all very much voluntarily. Even if at the time you don't realize it's a dark entity, that's why a lot of times they'll disguise themselves as like children or something that you're going to trust. And then by the time you figure it out that's not what it is, yeah, they're hard to get rid of. But it doesn't mean you can't get rid of them.
Right. Okay. This one. Okay, this is Juan again saying silence has happened to me many times. So I guess he had the same experience as well. So yeah, apparently it happens to a lot of people. It's like when it happened to me, I was like, wow, I can't believe it actually happened. And I caught it. I actually noticed it. I didn't think I would ever, but I actually noticed it because I mean you can't miss it. It's something that you just notice it right away. It's just something that you just pick up on. Okay, this one's coming from Michael Bird. He's saying some of the disappearances are being taken by a group of non-human entities. It is their job to obtain specimens for other worlds to be populated. Not all of them are taken by evil beings. Wow, that's a mind blow.
Yeah, that's true. They're not all taken and like subjected to some horrible fate.
I gotta record that. I need to get that because that's very interesting. I need to make sure I understand that myself. Okay, sorry about that, guys. That's just a little tidbit of information for myself. Just to put on record. Okay. All right. Hope that answered your question. All right, this one is coming in from a new one that just came in. Her name is Tilda Howcrow. So welcome to my live chat, Hilda. I'm sorry, Tilda. Sorry. I apologize. My tongue got tied. See? Tongue got tied. I meant to say tongue got tied. Okay. All right. She's asking, I've heard about the forest going silent because shapeshifters are near.
That might not necessarily be true. It could be something other than that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's just hard to tell because everything is always so not able to see. It's like they're very good at hiding themselves, so we don't know. To be honest, we know that they are involved. We still don't know exactly what it is that's taking these people. They're, like I said, they're very good at hiding themselves and keeping all the evidence away from who they truly are. That's why they can't never find nothing when they disappear the way they do, or are found the way they are. Okay, this one again coming in from our friend, because some of them are being taken for a very good cause, to save in case something happens to us from what I have been explaining to. Okay. But hey, once again, what's going on, Tez 10? Glad you can make it to my live chat. Okay, this one's coming in from Juan. He said, thanks, Michael Birdie. He's just thanking him about what he said. Okay, cool. All right, now this one's coming in from another new one. The name is Treehouse Grow. I like that. Okay. They're asking maybe aliens, or is more of a comment, I guess, or I guess you can say they're trying to get some feedback on it. They're saying maybe aliens are interdimensional. Yes, they are. But the alien's name is just a label, is what they really are called is interdimensional beings or the dark ones. So they have, this just.
Well, now, not all ones that come into this dimension are dark.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah, not all.
Some of them come here with very good intention.
Mm-hmm. Especially when it comes to helping us, like the ones they say when they are being abducted and they show them all these pictures or videos on the screen about how they're doing the earth. That will be the ones that come here to help you. Now, what they're actually doing that they are not telling us, as far as them being in the media, I don't know, but they are here for better reasons other than what the dark ones are here for. All right. This one's coming in. Oh, he's just saying welcome. This one's Michael Bird, and this one's from Juan again. He's saying, so there are several different entities. Oh yeah, there's a lot of different species of being either here on other levels or other dimensions. A lot.
Yes, there are several different entities.
Mm-hmm. Several. And it would probably be hard to count how many there are, because you gotta realize that on each level you have humans and you have these entities, these beings, and there's a lot of the same amount of humans on every other level. So there's a lot of people and a lot of beings who are all created by the creator. Think about that. All right. Okay, now it says right here from Juan, it said, man, so weird, brother. Yep, exactly. Very weird. But it gets better once you start to learn about the information.
Yeah.
And you'll start to understand it. All these blocks will be lifted, because think about it. If you're being blocked from knowing this and we're telling you this, that block is being released and being removed. So you got room for all of this knowledge. All that clutter is being removed from your brain. And I bet you that's happening to you guys right now. All these blocks are being removed because of this video, because of this live chat. That's why we're here, to remove those blocks for you by answering your questions. Therefore, you know that it's all true. So once your clutter gets removed completely, you will have your moment of clarity. And it's going to feel like you got a big air vent in your head, because it's completely cleaned out. I'm telling you, I've had it already. It's an amazing feeling. Then you start earning more and more and more and more stuff. That's because you're making room for all of the unknown true knowledge. There you go. Okay.
Yeah, and there are things below our level too, on a lower level.
Mm-hmm. And we're not talking about hell, okay? Just so you know. We're not talking about that. All right. This one is coming in from our friend again. He's saying, yes, it is a jungle out there. Excuse me, and everywhere Excuse me again. Sorry about that. And everywhere if only want to call them. Yeah, there's a lot of different categories here. A lot. And he's also saying it is mind blowing on how many different things are out there. Yeah. Oh yeah, we just scratched the surface. We haven't gotten to all of them yet. This is a very big level that we're living on. Okay, so there's a lot to cover, a lot of space, a lot of places to cover that we haven't even been to yet. All right. Okay, now let's see here. This one is coming in from Juan again, and I'm very open-minded. Well, that's good. I'm glad you are, because by you being open-minded, it makes you capable of removing the blocks and knowing that you are under a program. Therefore, it makes it easy for you to receive the knowledge and take it in. That way, you remove the blocks and you actually remove part of that program, which is what the blocks are. That's a part of the program. So that's once again, that's why we're here. That is why this message is to be conveyed to the ones that need to watch this video. And I see it's working. Okay, 2 videos, one for 2 hours. Now we're doing it again. 46 minutes in, and we all getting some great questions in. They're mind blowers. They're whoppers. And I'm glad you guys are opening your minds to ask questions about things that you never could get an answer from. Some people might try to say, "Oh, I need to find out from a scientist. He may know, or the government." They ain't gonna tell you nothing. That's what we're here for. That's why I'm here. I'm the mediator for all of them.
So, not to freak everyone out,
uh-oh.
But the fact that you are tuned in and listening and participating and asking questions, and it just goes to show how the Father works in mysterious ways.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that you experience throughout your life is by design. It is complicated but simple at the same time. And the fact that we're all here together and talking and sharing questions and answers is profound in a way. This was meant to happen. So as soon as you tuned in, you started changing your life.
Exactly. Learning the truth, the actual truth. That's a very important thing to happen. Believe you me, I know. I've been there, and it can be pretty overwhelming at times when you find out something that you never thought was possible. So I know personally, I can guarantee that. All right. Like I said, that's why we're all here, to open up your mind and bring in the truth. Okay, this one is coming in from Treehouse Grow. Do you guys think when we're dreaming we see a window into another dimension? Very good question.
I think it's possible. I've actually done that before. He actually had to intervene because he told me I wasn't supposed to be there and had to make me leave.
Yeah.
He came and he said, "What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here." And I was like, "I don't know. I just ended up here."
Yeah. Oh man, I can't say I've had that experience yet, but I have had some very interesting dreams that look like that I shouldn't have been there, or is a place that I never thought I could get to. So it's definitely possible. Definitely. It's just that it's a different situation for everybody. Hers was the way it was for her. Mine was the way it was for me. So. But yep. Okay. What we got here? This is coming in from Michael Bird, and they all come from one source, the creator of all things.
Yes.
Yep. And sometimes I know people they get a little testy about that. They be like, why would he create something so evil or whatever? It's all part of what we just said. Things happen for a reason. There's a reason for everything that happens, even with that. Like we said before, no matter how bad.
I think I can kind of help people understand that a little better.
Okay.
Why there is both light and dark. you cannot learn and grow if you're never tested to make that choice. We all have free will to make those choices. But if you only know light or you only know dark, you're never going to be able to grow.
Nope. Not at all. See, that's all part of the balance, darkness and light, but you have to find each one's place in that balance. It's all connected. That's why they have the yin and yang symbol. And if you look at the way it's made, a little bit of light is in the darkness, a little bit of darkness is in the light. That creates balance because you got one dark side and one light side with the opposite light of each one inside of each other. That's part of that balance. And if you think about everything else the way it is supposed to be like that, like night and day. You got dark and light. You have happy, sad. All these are opposites that are actually connected to each other in some kind of way. You know, because think about it. You get mad about something, and then all of a sudden you get happy. Okay, you get sad about something. Well, I mean, you know what I'm getting at. But that's how it all works. That's part of the balance. But it has to be connected in order for it all to actually work together and create a better way of life. You know, where we can live in peace and do whatever we want. And that time is coming. Just have to be patient. Okay.
Yes, that's all part of the reason why we shared the message that we shared.
Right.
And is to create that awareness that despite all the hatred and sadness and division that you see in the world today, there are better days coming.
Mm-hmm.
And it is going to be established when the balance returns.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be a time for healing for everyone.
Yes, they will. Everyone. No matter how young, no matter how old. All right. Let me see here. Yeah, Michael Bird is sending in some thank emojis like this. Got him thinking. Okay. All right. Now, this is coming in from Juan. He says, "Do y'all believe God controls them all?"
Well, God, the Creator really doesn't control anyone. We have free will from the Creator.
Right.
But now there is an exception to that. When that balance is in place, the dark ones will no longer have that free will to hinder the light. They will no longer be able to do as they choose.
Mm-hmm.
Right now they have free reign, unleashed, so to speak. But when that balance is reestablished, they will no longer be able to do that.
Sure won't. Okay, let's see here. This one is coming in from Michael Bird, buddy. If the entities were made to have free will spirits, then then they can do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Yep. That's exactly what it is. Every species of being has free will, no matter how small they are, no matter how big, because everybody has a certain reason for being here, you know, and everyone has that choice to do whatever they do. Everyone, all creatures, all beings, you name it. So there isn't really a means of control because that's, like I said, that's the way he wanted. He wanted everybody to have that free range to do whatever they want, to have that free will. Okay. Let me see here. They start to come in real fast now. That's good. Okay. Let's see. This one's coming in from Juan. He's still back there. He took a nap. So, okay.
Yeah, I think he was talking about the speaker.
Oh.
He got real quiet for a while.
Oh yeah.
No, I've been listening.
Yeah.
I just have my end on mute because there's a lot of background noise, and I don't want that to interfere with people being able to hear answers.
Right.
And plus, there were some of those that I just didn't have an answer for, so I let whoever could answer.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, so there you have it. That's why. Okay. Let me see. Okay, now he says, and come out speaking truth.
Taking a nap and come out speaking truth.
Yep. Yep. Either way, that's how it works. That's how it works. That's how it's supposed to be done. All right, now this one's coming in from Michael Bird, my buddy. LOL. Yeah, trespassing into areas we are not supposed to be in. Two, I have some interesting stories about that. Oh, really?
Yeah, I've only done it that one time, and he was very quick to intervene.
Mm-hmm. Yep. If you're not supposed to be somewhere, they're gonna come through and get you. They're gonna make sure of it. Okay. Now, once again, it's coming in from Michael Bird, speaking in a spiritual mentor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, this one's coming in from Treehouse Grow. Everything has to be equal, evil and good. Exactly.
Yeah, that's the balance.
Mm-hmm. That is definitely the balance. And see, when you say evil and good, that means everything that's evil and good, or anything that is the opposite of something else. Dark and light, heavy, light, you name it. It's all part of that balance. Okay. Let's see. This one is from Juan. Who reestablishes the balance?
Okay.
Here we go.
That will be
I do it. Get
when
that.
the Guardians return and my brother and the light rejoin. When they rejoin with each other, stand beside each other, that is when the balance is reestablished, because they are the balance together.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have to understand, it is. I am a different kind of light. He is a different kind of darkness. He's not what you're used to seeing in darkness. When I was created as his mate, and the Creator used a part of him to create my being, which means I am light that was created from darkness, and that is how we are connected. And because of that connection between us, unlike other darkness, he can feel motion, but only towards me. But he's not going to do anything that would risk losing his mate. Mm-hmm. So, in his way of protecting me from the darkness that he created, he will control the darkness so it does not get out of hand, basically. It does not hinder light. It does not feed off of light.
Right. Okay. I hope that answers your question, Juan. Now, this one is coming in from Michael Bird. A simple way I have come to understand things. You cannot understand happiness without sadness, and you cannot understand evil without having good.
See, that is exactly how he explained it to me when he first explained to me what the balance was. You can't know happiness if you don't know sadness.
Right. It's very true.
You can't know good if you don't know what evil is.
Nope. Sure can't. You get that down.
Just as you can't know life without death.
Yes.
Yep.
But it's not a true death. It's only the death of this physical body.
Right. Now, I have come to a revelation about that to help understand what death truly is. And this is a quote that I have posted many a time. And I've learned that death alone is just a covering that unveils who you truly are. We've talked about our inner being and what it truly means as far as what we hear when they say soul and spirit. So if you understand how all that works and understand what you truly are, and that is an eternal energy living within an earthly vessel so that we can thrive and live in a physical plane that doesn't have immortality as a, is no, pretty much, I want to say there's no such thing as immortality in the physical plane, but things are born, they live, and they die in the physical plane. When you go beyond that,
Actually,
oh,
there is a such thing as immortality on this physical plane. There are immortal creatures on this plane.
oh, okay. I stand corrected. See, that's the reason why they're here. That's why they're here, to correct any information that we thought we may have had. Thank you for correcting me. I appreciate that. Because I honestly did not know. I thought that there was no such thing, in the physical plane. So thank you for clarifying that for me. All right, so you heard it. You heard it here, folks. So I apologize if I was wrong about that. Hey, I'm still learning myself.
Yes, it's just that those beings are not human.
Right. Okay. That's definitely a better understanding of that. Okay. All right. Okay. Now moving on to the next question by our friend. Sample their creator will reestablish the balance.
Who reestablishes that would be the creator.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. He is the one who separated the balance. He is the one that will reestablish that balance. Yeah.
Right. Yep. Okay. Now let's see. This is coming in from Juan. Great comments. Very interesting. Of course, that's why we're here, to break the barriers with the best questions ever asked, and actually come to a channel where you can actually get them answered. That is why we're here. See, now if you went somewhere else, they ain't gonna be able to tell you because they don't know. There's only certain people that know this kind of information, and they're right here. That's why I say come here if you want to ask these questions. We'll answer them as much as we possibly can. And I'm going to start having more live videos now that I know what I'm doing here. Okay, so this is going to be fun. All right. Let's see. Now this one's coming in from Treehouse Grow. She's asking, I have a crazy belief. I have a crazy belief that when we die, or energy moves on, or our energy moves on to a different level dimension.
That's not a crazy belief at all.
Right.
That is actually how it is.
Exactly.
Because your energy is what people consider your spirit or your soul. Mm-hmm. That is your being. Mm-hmm. And it will go into a place that has been described to me as the in-between place. And what that means is it's a place where your spirit or your energy can go to rest in between its incarnations.
Yeah, this will be commonly known as limbo, but that's just a label for what it truly is. So, okay. Now the next one coming up is Juan again, and he says, "Who are the immortals?"
Well, I'm not sure that is for me to reveal at this time. There will be a time where they may choose to reveal themselves, but that's not really for me to put out there. Yeah,
things happen in their own time, including information. So there's a time when you're supposed to know, and there's a time when you're not supposed to know. This might be the time.
Exactly.
So just be patient. That answer will be answered, or that question will be answered when the time is right. So if it's gonna be answered, it will be answered here, just so you know. So keep that question in mind, and when it's time for that question to be answered, if I get that information from them, you'll know that it's coming, and I'll make a special shout out to you so that you'll know that you're gonna get your answer. So you don't know when it's gonna happen though. That's the thing. It may be a couple months from now, maybe a year, maybe 5 years. Who knows? But it will get answered. Just got to be patient. All right. Let's see. This one's coming in from my friend. Who are we really going to start talking about wow. Are we really going to start talking about the path of darkness in the path of light I thought we were not supposed to be talking about that.
Well, surprise.
Yeah. This is the time we're supposed to be talking about it. It's not like it's never supposed to be talked about. There's a time and a place for that to be said.
I promise I'm not revealing anything that I'm not supposed to be revealing.
As am I. I know my place in all this too, so I know not to say certain things. I put my foot in my mouth a couple of times, so I know not to do it again. So, yeah, it will be revealed, but just if we're not supposed to talk about it, we won't.
The fact that that is being revealed should let you know how close this is.
Yeah.
So we still don't know exactly when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But it's reached that point of the truth has to get out there and people need to hear it.
Yeah. And
even if they don't believe it, they still need to hear it.
Right. And think about it like this. There is an origin point of when all of this is supposed to come out anyway. You can't just say, when is it going to come out? There's a starting point for it to come out. And it starts here, right now. Now, this is just the first step to that information. And it's going to gather, and it's going to be said in steps, in stages. So at some point that will get out, but not right now. We're just beginning. We're opening up that path for it to be revealed. So, but that starts right here, in this moment. So, all right. Now this one's coming in from Juan. I'm sorry.
This is a unique opportunity that we are sharing here now.
Yeah.
And I hope that it brings you all joy in hearing that you get to be a part of it.
Yeah. I'm definitely very rejoiced about this. Being a part of this and being able to get this information out. It's like a new release on life, and letting everyone else come in and finding out what needs to be said. This is the first start of everybody finding out. And this is a good way of doing it because the internet can reach all people all across this globe if they watch YouTube on a regular basis. So there's going to be a lot of people seeing this.
Back to Michael, maybe that is the message you were trying to receive all day.
Mm-hmm.
That
there you go.
Hey, this is not a drill.
Yeah. Maybe that's what that was, and now you find it out. Yeah. Okay. See how everything works out. See, we talked about that too. How everything happens when it's supposed to happen. Okay, and it happened right here on this channel. Okay. Now, let me see. Now this is coming in from Juan, and great because I subscribed. Here, brother. Oh, there you go. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you for joining me. All right, because there's gonna be more coming. I guarantee you that. It's not gonna just be about missing people or people vanishing in national parks anymore. This is going to be a step up from what I was normally talking about. It's gonna be a little bit. It's gonna be both. Talking about that, talking about this. It's gonna keep happening. So I'm gonna make sure if we got a chance to do a live video or even just a recording, that's what's going to be happening from now on. I'm going to be talking about that, and we're going to be talking about this because this is where it all has to begin, where you're going to start learning the truth, and I mean the truth that you don't know about. It's going to be alarming. It's going to be overwhelming at some point. You mean, like she said, you may not believe it, but you have to know, and I am that mediator for that. So just be prepared and stay tuned. Okay, moving on. All right, this one is coming from our friend again. Death. I have a saying about death. We are just caterpillars that turn into butterflies. Yeah, it's a very good analogy. I like that. It's very beautiful. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. I like that.
That is poetry, my friend.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Very good. I love that. I love that. Okay. Now this is coming in from Juan, being very patient. Okay, that's very good. Very good. You have the willpower to do that. And as long as you keep saying that, you'll burn it in your brain, and it will definitely have the patience for everything to come out when it's supposed to. You're gonna have your moment, my friend. I guarantee it. So, just like you said, be patient. It's coming. It's gonna make you feel real good after that. Because I can tell you,
the more patience that you have, the more of a gift that is. Because me and the light sharing or knowing that what we know. There were times well before this that we wanted to reach out and talk to people about it, but it just was not the right time.
Yeah.
And then when we were given that permission, it was such a relief because we have grown so impatient over the span of learning all this that, sometimes we were just beside ourselves and restless and didn't know what to do, but we knew we wanted to do something. And like I said, it's just an awesome opportunity. Like I said, and it's from both sides, hopefully on your side as well as ours, to be able to share it and answer questions.
Okay. All right. And yeah, this is getting better and better every minute. Okay. Now this one is coming from Juan. He says, "Why does the government lie to us?"
Control. It's all about that control.
Mm-hmm.
But now, not everyone in the government is in on that lie.
Yeah. Some of them don't even know.
Yes, there are some that are just as oblivious as the rest of us.
Yep. So.
They just happen to go with the flow because, like most of us, that's just what they've come to know due to, education, things that the media puts out, all kinds of different factors.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
That, again, goes back to that programming. We are programmed from a very young age.
Oh, yeah.
It starts with what we're taught by our parents in school. But again, this has been going on for so long that our parents don't know that, what they're teaching us isn't. And it's based on your own personal beliefs, and, that's what you're going to believe, is what you're taught to believe from a very young age.
Yep. And the bad part is you don't know until you actually wake up. And that's when everything starts. All the stuff that you didn't know. It's like you're catching up to it because it already happened. So, okay. We got a bunch of them that came in while we were talking here, so I got to catch up. All right.
Okay. Hold on one moment. I need to step away again.
Okay. All right. Okay, we're going to put I guess we can put the questions on pause for right now so we can both be in on this. That way she won't miss anything. So just give her a second. They coming in like fireflies again.
In case while she is taking a break, I will take a break also.
Okay. All right. All right, we're going to take a little pause here, folks. So just, Are you back already? Okay. He just took a break, so he'll be back in a second. Okay, so now we got to wait for him to come back because I don't want to start any questions or answer any questions until we're all together here. That way nobody will miss anything, especially after what happened last time.
Yeah.
Boy, man, this is fun. I'm loving this. I'm doing a live show on my computer. Oh, man. Oh, Samus Williams came back. Welcome back, Samus.
Okay, I'm back.
All right, cool. Just give me a second here. Okay. All right, let's get back to the questions here so we can keep rolling. All right. Um, this one's coming in from Michael Bird. He's saying the government lies to us just for control. That's how they control us. Yep, we just established that. That's very true. But their time of control is coming to an end. I can guarantee you that. And when that happens, we'll be able to live free and do whatever we want without being under the guise and control of them. So just know that that's going to happen. It's going to be a joyous time for everyone. I can promise you that. Because I can tell you, I felt the balance a little bit, and believe you me, it is a wonderful feeling. I can guarantee you that. Very wonderful feeling. All right.
Well, it will be a joyous time for the light anyway.
Oh, yeah, of course.
The darkness isn't going to be having that much fun.
Oh, no. Oh, no. They're going to be running for dear life. But they won't get away. Not by a long shot.
No.
Yeah.
There's nowhere they can hide.
No. Oh, yeah. Okay. This one is coming from Treehouse Grove. Yeah, the government telling different ways on how to control population with social media.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's the reason why I created
control
my channel.
everything.
Yeah.
Through social media, through TV, movies.
Mm-hmm.
One of their favorite things to do is put little trickles of truths out there and call it entertainment.
Yeah. Oh, I have caught so much of it on the Fairly Odd Parents, Harvey Beaks, and these are cartoons that little kids watch. And I'm catching this stuff in there. Just little, like she said, little tiny little tidbits. Just woven into the cartoon, and you just seem to just happen to catch it at some point. And it's just like, wait a minute, did they just say that? Really? You know, it's crazy. But yeah, it really does happen. And if you catch it, you're gonna be like, wait a minute, did she just say that? You're gonna have that reaction, I guarantee you, if you're able to catch it. You know, sometimes you can't because it's so woven into it, you never would think that it would be on something like that. But I'm seeing it on the cartoon. Just saying, it's out there. Okay. Let me see. Oh yeah, okay. This one's coming in from Michael Bird. I think the four of us need to sit down and have a powwow.
Oh, that would be very interesting.
Oh, yes, it would. I would love to do that, my friend. I would love to do that.
Yes, because it has been very interesting being introduced to you, Mr. Michael.
Yes, it has. And I enjoy every time you come through, especially now that I can do these live chats a lot more often. I know you've been asking me about it, so here we are now. So I'm going to be doing a lot more just for you, my friend. So if you want to do that, let us know. And let me know. Hit me up with my emails. And my email is meckdee@comcast.net. Or you can hit him up on his email, which will be in the video description. You know, we can set something up where we can all talk. It's gonna be great. All right. Okay. Now, next one coming up is Juan again. He's saying, thank y'all. Hey, you're welcome, man. Like I said, anybody that wants to know the truth, a truth that doesn't make any sense to anybody else, and you can't get the answer from anybody else, especially if you read a book, this is where you come to get that answer. That's why, for me, my channel is all about the truth and not that fabricated stuff or misinterpreted stuff. I tell you the truth. I don't hold nothing back. So if I start talking weird because you don't understand it because you never heard it, it's because you never heard it before. That's the only reason why it sounds like a foreign language. You know, and I've said this to many of other people that I talk to about the same stuff. So you're welcome. And like I said, anytime you want to join in, feel free. And you can ask any question that you want. That is why we're here. So we can answer. We'll try to answer what we can. And if we can't, you'll just have to wait until it's time for you to get the answer. It's just that simple. So, all right. And let's see, we got, like I said, Samus Williams is back, and he's asking, do you have a time or date this will all change?
No, we do not.
No, we don't. It's actually been explained that the actual moment can't actually be shared, because when that happens, it is to help tear down the programming that is in people's minds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's going to take a shock to the system.
Oh yeah.
Right. It's going to take a shock to the system to do that. And the programming has to be removed or at least degraded greatly enough that what they see after they return won't send people absolutely crazy, you know. I'm not saying that that won't happen anyway. That is why they will be here to help those who need it. But even I and she will receive a shock when this happens. No one
Exactly.
no one is not susceptible to the shock. I mean, it's going to happen to everyone.
Yeah.
But it's
Right.
for
It's kind of
reason.
like, it's kind of like we know it's coming, but I would sort of compare it to playing with a jack in the box. You're turning the handle, you know it's going to pop up, but
you don't know when. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it's gonna be like. And see, the thing about that is also that even if you are an open-minded person and you know things are real, but yet you still don't really know because of all of this false knowledge that you've been learning. You know something, but you don't really know for sure. That clarification is still not there. So that's what that moment is all about. And that's where the shock will come from. Because even like I said, I'm learning things as I go, and I know these things are real because I've had experiences that lets me know this. But that actual moment will still just blow my mind to the point where I'm just gonna like jump, and I'm like, wow, it's not gonna be now. Those are who are being prepared for it. It won't be. It'll still be a shock, but it won't be as big as it will be for others because that's what we were here to do is to be prepared for that moment because we were meant for that moment. But it will still be a shock. And I know I will still be shocked too because I know they're real, but I know I can't feel them. I can't see them, but I feel my guardian angel. But like I said, long story short, it will be like that for everybody. So, all right.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's there with me all the time, but there are times he does sneak up on me and I'm not expecting it.
Yeah. So it still causes that little bit of doubt in the back of your mind. I still can't see nothing, but I'm like, you still have these little experiences, but it's not the big one, where you just know and realize that it's all real. The realization is the shock.
Still question.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because of that separation that has been put between who you truly are and who you've been taught to believe you are.
Strongly. And that's the reason why we don't know. They really put a whammy on this. They kept that sucker tight the way it wouldn't break through. But at some point, it will happen. It will break through. But you still have to go through that moment where the realization will be the shock. It's going to be a whopper. I'm just letting you know right now. So, okay. Let's see where we are here. Okay. Trying to make sure I don't lose my spot because there's some more that came in. Anytime. Okay, this one's Michael Bird. He's saying that yeah, she might be right about that. No, I know she's right about that. Okay. Oh, now I know. Okay. I think that's what he was trying to say. But oh no, he's saying no, I know she's right about that. That's what he was saying. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now this one's coming from Juan. So do the government, really know about the paranormal? Mm-hmm. Yes, very much so.
Yes, but like I said, not everybody in the government.
Right.
It's only certain people. The government that you see is not the government that's in charge.
Right. Those people are called the ones in power. They're the ones that's actually.
Ever heard of the term shadow government? That should give you a clue.
Yeah, the ones that you see are basically
the puppets.
Actors in a play.
Yeah, or the puppets. So, yeah, the ones in power.
Perfect example of that. Here in the United States, we all saw the race between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when Donald Trump was announced the president, think of how much division that created.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And that is all darkness is about: is create more division, create more hysteria, create more fear and anxiety and hatred and anger.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the kind of things that they feed on. So
yeah,
there you go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, this past presidential election is the first time in my life I've seen somebody actually grown adult people going crazy
yeah,
over something that really shouldn't have been reacted to that way. There have been plenty of times that maybe somebody you didn't want to go into the White House went to the White House. You didn't like throw a tantrum and start rioting in the streets because of it.
Yeah.
That in itself should be a big clue that, hey, something's going on here. Why are people acting this way?
Yeah. It's a big mess, believe you me. But that all changed, though. It will all change. All right, let's see here. Okay, that. Okay, oh, this one's coming from Mike again. Yes, the different governments have been studying the paranormal for over 100 years. Yep, they sure have. Once again, he's saying, and even before. Yep, I believe that too. Oh, we got a new one in. April, welcome to my channel, April. You say, what is this channel about? This channel, Insane Disappearances, April, is about disappearances of people in national parks, the mysterious part of it. Okay, and I know you heard about the missing 401 cases, but I'm getting into more deep information. Right now, tonight's episode is about a message from the speaker and the light, since you're just joining in with us. These are, well, since she's new, I want to get to everybody, with the other questions, but since she's new, can you do a recap if she hadn't seen the video from before about everything, starting with you two and with what you're here for and why you're here for the review?
Okay. And feel free to pick up anytime you want to, Light. But I'll try to start this off. Basically, what all this boils down to is through a series of events, we acquired knowledge about ourselves and each other that led us down a path to reveal to you as a message from Father that there's an event coming, and that event is going to be the reestablishment of the balance. And what this is going to do is, if you've noticed that there is a lot of craziness in the world, a lot of negativity, that is because there is light in this world and there is darkness. Now, what I mean by light is people that are good-hearted. They try to do what's best for each other and try to improve.
Yeah, the way he describes light and dark. Light is selfless. They put other people, other beings before themselves. Darkness is very selfish. They put themselves before everything else, basically.
Yes, thank you. Now, this darkness has run rampant on this world for a long, long time. A long time ago, there were beings on this earth known as guardians. Now, you may know them as angels. These beings were guides, teachers, and mediators for humans. And there came a point where the guardians were removed from this plane. And when that happened, the one who created darkness He was a guardian who cast out his light, and once he did that, he became darkness. And he was removed from this plane as well because he was indeed guardian. So it's run rampant ever since. He no longer had control of it on this plane. So now, when this balance comes back and is reestablished, he will once again have control of that darkness, and he will remove it in a way where it no longer hinders those with the light, and those with the light can once again, they can heal and they can grow and help each other, and we can move forward unhindered.
Okay, I believe that sums it up. Okay, so there's a part at the end where Michael is saying I need to come out with it. See, it's time for you to come out with it, brother. So I believe I'm going to reveal my information tonight. But we're
Well,
gonna.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, me too. Well, I'm gonna.
Your guardian was telling you that, but
Yeah,
you know.
he sure was. So he told me that it's time for me to do that because it doesn't matter at this point. But I want to first get everybody in, with the questions, But I will just be patient tonight because we got all night. All right, so we already covered that part for April. So now you're caught up, So feel free to watch any of the other videos after this is over. You'll learn a lot more about what's going on with my channel. But yes, Mike was right. This is a channel about everything now. Everything that you could probably think of, as far as a question that you always wanted to have answered, but never could get an answer for it because there was nobody to answer it until today or tonight, rather. Okay, so let me see here. Juan is saying, shock to the system. Man, we are in the Matrix for real. But it's like I said, the Matrix is just a label in a movie that is depicted about what this is all about, that programming. So yeah, we are under a program, which is kind of like how the Matrix is telling you, but not in that aspect. It's a little different. So, but it's in that same category, in the same vicinity.
And to kind of clear that up a little bit, if
Okay.
you think of the brain as like a computer, when you're first born and you come into this plane, there's a fresh slate there, just waiting for information to be put in. And as you grow, you learn what they want you to learn. So that programming is in your brain. This is how it is. There's no other way. So if you try to input something into a computer that is not part of the original data, it's going to reject that.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, that's what they want you to ignore.
Yep.
Is your inner self, anything outside the physical plane that you can't see. Even if you might sometimes feel it around you, you dismiss it because, as I said, you're programmed that everything is physical. If you can't see it, it doesn't exist. So your
Even
brain
if
automatically
you actually see something.
Yeah, even if you actually see
something unusual,
mm-hmm.
your first reaction is to discard it like, okay, I'm just seeing things. Well, sometimes you are not.
Or, my imagination is playing tricks on me or something like that. But let's be honest. Does your brain do things without your permission?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so many questions. All right. Now, this is the part where Michael is saying, April, this is about everything, which is very true. And once again, I want to say hello to a new viewer. His name on here is called Gotta Flow. So welcome. It's up to you too, man. All right, now we're gonna get to what Michael wants me to do in just a minute. Okay, but I want to make sure I get everybody in first. I want to be fair. Now, this is coming from Treehouse Grow. Is there any way to protect us from when that happens? It's not about protection. It's supposed to happen. It's not going to be harmful.
Yeah, it's not something you need protected from.
Yeah, this is something that you have to let happen.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It might seem scary at first because you're not going to know what's going on. never been exposed to this. It's foreign, or it's outside your belief system.
Yeah.
And it might scare you, but it's not something you need protection from. They're not coming back to like hurt us.
Yeah. Yeah, this is something that has to happen. The balance is something that is going to change the world. It's what it's the way it's supposed to have been all along, but we were separated from that. So we had to learn about the balance from the beginning, and how and what it was all about. And we have to learn about the balance, what it's all about, what it means, everything, on both sides, the dark and the light, and realize that it's all supposed to be together. You can't have darkness without the light. People that I've talked to say, I don't want to have darkness in my life, just nothing but the light, and you'll never be balanced. If that's what you want. You have to understand that they have to be together, because that's just the way it is. That's the way it was created for it to be that.
Right. Well, I mean, it's okay to surround yourself with positive things.
Well, yeah, of course.
Because, surrounding yourself with negative things is going to draw negative energy to you.
Right.
And you don't want that.
No, you do not.
Because it will start feeding off of you.
Right.
But, I mean, it's okay to, only want positive things in your life, but where we're at now, that's pretty much almost impossible, because we're surrounded by negative things everywhere. Even if you don't purposely put it into your life, it's still going to be there. You're exposed to it on TV, movies, news. You really can't get away from it. It's everywhere.
Right.
Unfortunately, in some places, just stepping outside your front door.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Even if nothing happens to you firsthand and you experience something, it still creates some kind of trauma or reaction.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. All right. Now this one's coming in from our new viewer, Got a Flow. It's all a dog and pony show, which is, yeah. It is. It really is. Yeah. It's a nice way of putting it. I like that. It's very true. That is very true. All right. This is the part that we are getting to. This is the part where I said in the last video that I am going to be revealing my reveal about who I truly am. I've been not struggling, but I've been learning about myself since the day I found out about my true self. And as I've been growing in all of this, I've been learning more about myself, about everything about me. And tonight I am going to reveal that, starting off with how all of this began. It began with the light. And I was doing the interview with the woman who went to the Brown Mountain National Park and had a weird experience. And she, basically spilled everything about what they didn't want everybody to know. It gave her inspiration to tell her story to me on my channel. So I interviewed her, and you probably seen it. It was the thumbnail was it was a black and white, and this is kind of funny. I didn't notice at first, but the thumbnail was black and white. The silhouette there was a silhouette of a female's figure inside of the light. She was dark, but with a little light question mark, a white question mark in the center. Because she was an anonymous, interview. So, talking about the balance and how her mate being darkness and them being light, and them both together being the balance, which is the yin and yang symbol. And it was just kind of weird. I didn't know about that then. I just thought about that, and I realized that was meant to happen. So it's like a seed that was planted. So that I guess that color scheme is pretty much the same. How you got the light, she's the darkness in the light, but she's surrounded by light. It's a little bit of everything. But anyway, that interview went off without a hitch, and then we started talking after that. And that's when I got to know her, the light, and I got to know her mate, who was darkness, but a different kind of darkness. And as we progressed in getting to know each other, I actually met him through meditation. I wanted to find out what really happened to one of the women that I talked about in my channel. And he gave me the answer. I cannot reveal what happened to her because I have talked to her mother and I've learned from David Politis that they only want to know about if they were going to be able to bring their children home. They don't want to know about all the weird stuff. So I cannot reveal that. That was just meant for me. I'm keeping that to myself. So that's not what this is about. But it prompted me to stay talking to the light, who is my friend, who I care about a great deal. She's, a very good friend of mine, very special, especially knowing who she truly is. So I met with him. I was outside and saw him walking up the street to where I was. He cleared the street lights. Her mate. I saw him with my own 2 eyes. And he stood next to me. I looked, and all I could see was this very huge, wide being standing right next to me. And all I can see everything from the bottom of his robe down. That's how all this began. As it progressed, we started to get to know each other. I started getting to know my guardian angel, and he presented himself to me, my guardian angel. This is the second time he did that. But the first time was when I was 17. I saw him with my own 2 eyes. I had my experience with him where he came through a portal. I saw him. I reached out for his hands. He smiled at me. I smiled back, and he vanished. That's when I knew right then and there that there was a such thing as angels and guardian angels. My guardian angel. So moving forward, one night, and this is where it all comes into play. I was at work. When I got home, my guardian angel told me to go outside to my tree. But first, I want you to go outside, take your shoes off, go out there barefoot. It's the middle of the summer, grass is everywhere, trees is in bloom. I go outside for the very first time in my life, walking outside barefooted. Didn't know why, but I did it anyway. I walked out to my tree, and he tells me to place my hand on the trunk of the tree. And I did. Right after that happened, I felt a surge of energy coming from this tree. And knowing that the tree is a part of nature and the roots are within the earth, the energy from the earth comes up through the tree, through my hand, through my arm, and pretty much engulfs me. And then all of a sudden, I feel roots growing out of the bottom of my feet and into the ground. I'm standing in the grass right in front of my tree. I am literally feeling roots coming out of my feet and burrowing itself into the ground. And at that very moment, a voice came out of nowhere saying that you are now rooted to the earth and nature. And you are also the guardian of earth and nature. And I didn't freak out. I took it all in, and I realized that this is something very big. And I believed it because I'm hearing this voice. And I know that it's there. I know that it's telling the truth. We wouldn't be saying that unless it was true. I didn't have any doubts about it, but I knew that it was an interesting thing to hear. And I just started to learn more about it as I went along. I started to learn even more about myself. And then I met a woman named Bira. She's a tree spirit, the tree spirit from my tree. She began to gather all of these gifts for me, to learn more about myself. So as I went along, I found out my inner being's true name, which is Natana, guardian of earth and nature. So that is who I truly am. I am a guardian of earth and nature. Now, here's the other part that I found out about. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. I was at work. And throughout that time, my friend and I, the light, have been talking about a lot of things. I'm learning what I need to learn from her mate, who is also a person who wants to share his knowledge with anyone that is willing to learn about the lost knowledge. So he has been teaching me as well. And one day while I was at work, I don't know what happened, but it was like a wake up, a joke wake up of reality. All of a sudden, I just blurted out, "I'm one of them. I can't believe I'm one of them. I mean, and he's my uncle." I was like, I don't know where that came from. It just popped out. And then I realized that the vision in my head made me realize that I was also an angel I was called a lost relative at first. That was another seed that was planted. But he also I had asked him can a person, when I actually connected with my inner being, I asked him, can a person give up their human half to become an angel or whatever, or being of light? And he told me that you cannot be something that you were not created to be. We talked about this earlier when one of my viewers asked about her father being her guardian angel. So that was another seed planted. And then I had that moment where I realized who I truly was, and I realized I was an angel. But I'm also an angel of light and darkness. But only because I also found out that I'm also an agent of the balance. So that means I have to know darkness and light's place in the balance. So I have been learning about that too, about how we have to have these two together. Now, they are both created for different reasons, but they work towards the same purpose, and that's to create balance. That is why they are here. So when they, like they said before, when they come together, once they are next to each other, or even if they touch hands, once he's in the physical plane, the balance will be destroyed instantly at that very moment. So I have to know that. That is my job as also an agent of the balance. Now, I also learned some other things too, that I have a family that I now know that I love more than anything. I have a wife. I have 2 children who are not here in the physical plane, but I feel their energy all the time. I feel my wife's energy. I love her more than anything. So that is part of my story. There's more to it than that. You know, I have actually felt my own wings at one point. I could feel the joints on my back. I could feel the wings, which are just like basically energetic wings. So they can't be seen unless they are supposed to be seen. So there's little things that I'm learning as I go about myself. I feel my inner being more than ever, and it's helping me learn more about myself on a daily basis. But I'm also a guide and a teacher, and I've also been called a prophet and a wise man, which is what I will be. I have a class of people that I talk to. The class is called the School of Truth. And people who are on the level that I am on, oh, I'm sorry, I just saw a dark like thing just kind of shoot across the, the air near the ceiling. It looked like a dark orb, but not that type of dark orb. It was something else. Somebody's here, but I don't know what. But I don't feel nothing dark about that. Because like they say, just because it's dark, it doesn't mean that it's always dark. It could be also light as well. It doesn't, But anyway, moving on to that. But that's my story. Like I said, there's more, and I can reveal more as we go along in other videos, other live chats. But that's my story. I was incarnated into the physical plane because I made a promise to protect the earth and nature, and that is my purpose. It is a purpose that no one probably would never guess would be the purpose of a human, because I lived my life as a human in this physical plane since the day I was born. But knowing that I'm here for a purpose, that is why I'm here. But I'm also a truth seeker and a knowledge seeker. This is why I have my channel. And then I find out that I'm also a voice for angels, for guardian angels, so that they can get the message out there for you guys to know the truth, which is why we're here today. So me and my friends here are working together to make sure that all the information is being conveyed to all of you so that you can learn the truth. And so this program can be knocked down so everybody can understand what is truly going on here. So there you have it. I, my friends, am an angel. Okay? As amazing as it may sound to some and weird to others, because most people may not think that that can never happen to a human. Trust me. I didn't think that at first myself until I figured out. I even feel my halo sometimes. So I'm just saying, it is very true. That is who I am. I am an angel living in the physical plane, living my life as a human, but also I was called to duty to do what I was created to do. So, I'm being prepped for all of this as well. So if anybody has any questions for me, I may be able to answer them. But like I said, I'm learning as I go about a lot of things as well. I have moments where I get these mind-blowing knowledge about myself and about me living past every generation of my family. So that would mean that I am what they would call here in Earth Angel. Okay, but I would, the way I see it, I would be one of the many first human immortals who will be able to keep their body but be immortal at the same time. Mainly because of who I am and what I am. So I learned that too, that I will live past my entire generation. I'm talking family, friends. I will be able to actually go to every funeral of every person that I've ever known or ever loved who was my family. So, and I will be living in a distant future with my family. Of course, they will be here before I reach my full potential, which is one thing I'm working towards as well. And that's another thing that a lot of people need to understand. Everyone has a full potential, but will they find out about that at the right time for them to actually experience it before they leave their earthly vessel to become or go wherever they're going to go after that? I don't know. I do not know that answer. I just know what I know for myself. So everyone who has a purpose will have that moment to where they'll find out something so amazing, so miraculous that you would never really believe it, but you just know that it's real. So I'm going through that right now. So everything is still very overwhelming, but I am accepting what I am. I am accepting what I'm here to do. Being a guide, being a teacher, being a mediator, understanding the language of my family. Okay, because we are all related. I know I may be the color that I am. I know the generations before us didn't understand that because all of them are related to each other, whether they look like they're Asian or black or Puerto Rican. They're all related because they're all family. And somehow I think they just couldn't understand that, and that's how the whole race thing got started. And that alone was part of the program which separated us from that point because we are all connected, in some kind of way. Some people may feel that. I have felt that with other people that I have talked to in the classes that I actually, promote at my job. So like I said, if anybody has any questions for me, I will try to answer them the best I can. But I really want to try and get through all this because it's getting down to the hour again. This will be another 2-hour live chat. So I want to go ahead on and get some more questions in. And whatever we can't get in, I promise you, I will make sure that everybody gets all their questions in. If we do another video, which hopefully will be soon, that we can continue to get this message out there. So that's my story. That's my reveal. It is all true. And I can guarantee you that I am a part of all of this as well as the light and the speaker. I'm a part of all of this. This is what I'm here to do. So, okay. I feel better about that now because I've been holding that inside of me for a long time. I've been wanting to tell you guys for the longest, but I didn't know how to do it. And I didn't know when it was going to happen, but tonight was that night. So I'm here. I'm out. There you have it. All right. I got to make sure I go back to where we left off at here. I don't want to miss anybody. Okay. Paranormal. We did that one. Channel out. What's up? Let's see. Positive energy. Let's see. He did that part. He's, basically talking to April, telling her to come and jump on in the water. It's going to be cold at first, but it'll feel good. It feels real good. Okay. Now, this is coming from Summers Williams. Is it possible to travel to other planes of existence while dreaming? I think we covered that earlier, didn't we? Yeah. It's very possible. It's very possible. You just have to know that that's what's happening. Some people may just look at it as a dream, but if it feels like you're actually somewhere else, even though you actually sleep, that's you being able to travel. That's your inner being leaving your physical body to travel somewhere else. People call that astral projection, but that's another thing that you have to be careful with, because if you do leave out, like say if you're trying to leave out of your body on purpose, like you're trying to conduct an outer body, like astral projection, you got to be very careful with that. You have to make sure you know what you're doing, because once you leave your physical body, you're going to experience something that you never experienced before. You're going to start to realize how free you feel. And if you feel like you don't want to return, that's a bad thing because here it will be looking like you're dead and you can get back in your body. So you gotta just, like I said, as long as you know exactly what to do with that, you'll be fine. But you don't want to just mess with that just because you want to try it. You want to make sure you know the true nature of how that's supposed to work. I know there's a lot of videos out there, a lot of books that shows you how to do it, but like I said, that's a part of that false knowledge. If you want to learn how to do it, you need to learn it the right way and from the right people that can tell you the actual true way to do it. Just like meditation, you don't need hand symbols. You need to be chanting. Now, it all depends on the culture and if it works for them. But the true way of doing it is just basically having the ability to clear your mind and just let everything happen the way it's supposed to happen. That's the true way of meditation. I have been trying that, and that's how I'm able to tap into my inner being and connect my inner being with my mind. And that's a wonderful feeling. So everything is just changing. My perception on reality has completely changed. I actually removed all of my fear, my doubt, my worry. There's nothing anyone can tell me that could make me think anything otherwise of what I already know. So that's my experience. So yeah, it is very true. Very true. All right, this one's coming from my friend Williams. Yes, that is one of the easiest ways to do it, and that's how people do it by accident the first couple of times. Yep. It could be overwhelming at first because you never expect it to actually happen because you've never experienced it before. But when it does, you're like, whoa, it's like a joke to the system. Believe me, it was for me too. When I felt it actually getting ready to happen, but it didn't because I stopped myself from doing that. I was told to be careful with that. Let's see here. Where we at? Okay, here we go. Okay, this is coming from April. Okay, I got it. Do you guys do any spirit box? Oh, that thing that that guy Huff Paranormal does. The little spirit box where you get all these frequencies where you hear voices coming through and all that stuff.
No. Sometimes you are not hearing spirits.
Oh.
Come through up there. Because it does switch through different frequencies. There are times you're picking up other levels.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You also have to be careful with that because you never know who is actually talking to you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so don't try that at home. If you want to find out, you may want to talk to Huff Paranormal. He does all that stuff all the time, but he knows who to talk to. But hearing it from us, still, you want to be careful with that. It's very, that's territory that you might not want to mess with if you don't know what you're doing. So tread softly, please. All right. This one is coming from Juan. Will the earth ever be harmed?
Well, we've kind of already done that.
Yeah, we have. we with no control over that, but yeah.
Yeah,
But that's okay.
Yeah.
Because when the balance returns, Earth, our mother, will have her chance to heal as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. And by the way, I have spoken to her anytime, and she actually has a sense of humor. It's very funny. I've seen a lot of things in nature that shouldn't be, but there is, and it's very funny. Talking actual images on the internet of things growing in the shape of things that shouldn't be, but it is. Won't get into that. That's a whole nother ballgame. But she does have a very, very funny sense of humor. I've seen her do some things. It's funny. So yes, I can talk to Gaia. Just so you know. Okay. This is coming from our friend. We have harmed the earth. People just do not realize it, and that's very true. A lot of them don't.
We call it progress.
Yeah. Very slow progress, but progress. Yeah. Okay. This one's coming from Juan. Thank y'all for my matrix responses, and we don't use all our brain capacity either. Okay, now I can answer this. First of all, science will tell you can only use 30% of your brain's abilities, or 30% of your brain. You can actually use 100% of your brain. They just don't tell you. See, that's part of the program too. See,
yeah, it is.
If you were able to do that, you actually can break down the programming yourself, and that will make them realize that we don't need them anymore. That can literally overthrow their power over us if we all realize that we can use and can't. And when I say can, I mean can use 100% of our brain's power. I can do that now in certain cases. I still have to learn, but when I feel my entire brain tingle, I know that it's being active at that point. And I start learning things. I start speaking ways that I've never spoke before. My mom even told me herself, my earth mother, told me that I am more articulate now. But the things that are coming into my head with the knowledge that I learned, it changes you to where you become a different person almost, because you're just more knowledgeable of things. But it's knowledge that nobody has ever learned. So you end up telling people these things and they want you to clarify, and you clarify it. See, for me, when everybody asks me a question about something and I come back with an answer like that, they be like, wow, I didn't know he could talk like that. But I'm learning the true knowledge. So that's why I'm here to learn this stuff, because that's part of why I was created. I'm not just here to protect the earth and nature. I'm also here to convey messages through my channel with my friends. So we all have a part in this, and this is my part, as well as being a guardian of earth and nature. And I'm very proud of that title. I'm very proud of that, who I am now that I know who I truly am. It's not just me who you see on my YouTube channel, because who is speaking to you right now is my true self, my inner being, speaking through you through my physical vessel. Excuse me. So, okay. He's just responding to that, saying that we have harmed the earth. Really, okay, we covered that part. Okay, thank y'all for we covered that part too. All right, now this is coming from Michael Bird again. If you only knew how true that comment is. Yeah. Ooh, a lot. Okay. Let's see now. She retracted one. This is another one coming from Juan. He says, "What is the creator's name?" The creator.
Well, that's the interesting thing. He recently revealed something to me. He does refer to him as creator or father.
Yeah.
Their names are sort of based on their purpose. So I would look at that as his name is creator.
Right.
That's what he does.
And think about it. My name is based on what my purpose is. Natana. And if you think about it with the NA, I'm a guardian of earth and nature. So if you look at the way it's spelled, Natana, it kind of correlates with that, with the NA and the T, nature and all that stuff. But Natana, nature, so I can see that. So that's very true. All right. Let's see here. That Treehouse Grove retracted a message. And this one is coming from our friend Terrence. Is an interesting individual. Was that Terrence that came through earlier? I don't remember. Because a lot of them was coming in, so I didn't see it. Hold on, let me see. Okay, Treehouse Grove. Okay, here we go. Yes, everything. I mean, every time I listen to him, he massages my brain with this, with this his words. Wow, I think she's trying to say with his words. Okay, that's an interesting way of putting it. Okay, and then okay, now Wayne Aeon says anticipation. You see, April says wait, you astral project. Okay, who's that pertaining to? I didn't see these earlier. They were coming in.
I think she was talking about you when you had your experience.
Where what? Which one?
Where you were with him for a moment.
Oh, that was basically just meditation, and I went into a meditative state. I asked a question, and in my mind, I could see him. I could see his true form. I won't get into that. That's not a topic for right now. but I saw his true form, but I didn't know who he was at first. I hadn't met him at that time. This was before we actually met, and so he was surrounded by, it was, because where he has a dark room, so it's dark. That's the true nature of it. And he was surrounded. I could see like these little streaks of clouds just kind of forming around him, and he answered my question. And he had like a kind of, I won't say a squeaky voice, but it was a high pitched voice. But I could hear the sound of crystals clanking together in the background. That's part of their language. It's called crystalique, and that's when I started learning more about how they speak and the fact that I can actually understand what they're saying. Their vocabulary is very, very elite and very high, so I can actually translate how what they're saying to other people if it sounds like a foreign language to them. So anytime I hear the sound of crystals clanking together, it just kind of like it's like back to back. So it just sounds like someone is constant. It's almost like playing a harp or a xylophone or those or that instrument where it has those bells on it and you run something across it, it makes that noise. And it's kind of like that, but it's crystals. So it's like that sound is like constant, it's back to back. So that's what it sounds like when I hear it. But that wasn't really astral projection. That was more like just me going into a meditative state and seeing him in his realm, and he's speaking to me through that. So that's just basically what I saw in my head, but I knew what I was looking at that point. So yeah, that was more of a meditation thing, not an astral projection. But I believe I have done it. I just really don't remember. I tried it before, and there was a time where something did happen, and when I came back, my tongue was healed. I think I burnt my tongue. I bit my tongue, and it healed within 5 minutes. But this was like after I came back from wherever it is I came from. I can't even remember where that was. But yeah. So yeah, that was, like I said, basically meditation. Okay, now this is coming from Wing Aeon. I bet he's a guardian. Oh, well, yeah, I am a guardian. I'm a guardian of Earth and nature, like I said. But I learned. I got like 10% up on my phone. I have learned that like I said, I am a guardian. But like I said, I'm a guardian of Earth and nature. But I did learn that I will have the opportunity to choose whether I want to be a guardian of a human on another level somewhere. I've had that vision many a time. So I don't know when that's going to happen. Like I said, I have that choice to make. But for right now, I am who I am, a guardian of Earth and nature, and a guide and a teacher. So that's what that's my job for right now. That won't be for a long time if I can make that decision. So yeah, I do have that option to be a guardian as well. Okay. We got a new one came in. UFO Chronicles UK. Interesting story. Yes. Everything here is interesting. We talk about everything on these live chats, which is what we're going to start doing a lot more. So stay tuned for that. So if you got any questions, UFO Chronicles UK, just bring them on in. We got time. Oh, he does. All right. I think so. I got to read that part though. Okay, this is coming from Michael Bird. He's got a bunch of emojis on here, like he's clapping. Okay, don't forget your brothers and sisters. Oh, of course not. Yeah, I won't forget them. Most definitely. And this is another thing about myself. I also learned that I'm also a record keeper for the names of tree spirits. Like whenever I look at a tree, I get this name that I never heard of that pops into my head, and I have to write it down all the time. I got like a plethora of like pages of these different names. I even know the names of my guardian, the guardians. I know that the guardians' names of my friends and family, most of them. I have all those written down as well. Now it doesn't come in all the time. Like I guess it only happens when it's supposed to happen. So sometimes I can look at a person and a name pops in my head. I'll either be revealed. What will be revealed to me was their inner being's name or the name of their guardian angel. Sometimes that'll happen, sometimes it won't. It just depends on if they are ready to know that information. And 9 times out of 10, everybody I talk to, they were ready because the name just pops in my head. So that's another thing that I do as well. And it's very, very common and very, well, for me, very constant. Okay, we got a couple more new ones. Mindy Lamento. Okay, welcome to my channel, Mindy. welcome to my channel. Let's see, interesting. Yep, yes, very interesting. It says, and you do believe. That's good. I'm glad you do. So welcome. You're in the right place. Definitely in the right place. And you also believe too, UFO Chronicles. That's good. That's very good. All right, this coming from Mike. Now, see, it wasn't that bad. No, it wasn't. It was not that bad. I just knew that there was a time for me to do it. And this was that time since we were all revealing who we truly are, and hoping that everybody will understand that these things are possible. Humans do have that ability to have these things happen to them, but you have to understand everything about yourself first. You start from here and you work your way down into your core or your inner being, which circulates and energizes around your heart. And it's what makes every part of your body work. Okay, because your body, your physical vessel is a unit along with your inner being. So they both work as a unit. So the blood flow, everything, the atoms, all that stuff, the growing of your bones, it's all due to your inner being. That's where it all is powered from, how everything works. So I finally understood my body from the inside out, or from the outside in, rather. This happened to me last night, to where I actually couldn't even feel my bones. I knew they were there, and I think nobody really does. They just know they have bones, but all I felt was my inner being at that point. So things are changing for me as well. I have energy spikes. One time I was texting somebody, and my energy spiked so high I couldn't even send a text. I saw as it kind of held itself, and then it just shot through. It was weird. It was like I was holding it back, and then when I let go, it was like a slingshot, and it just went through. So I have a lot of crazy experiences. I'm still trying to get my energy under control too. Okay, let's see here. Okay, this is coming from another new one that just came in. Her name is Sweet Sin. Say hi, guys. Okay, question. My best friend, my mom died suddenly, and I keep asking her for a sign, but I don't think I'm getting anything. I'm heartbroken. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. Anyone want to?
Yeah, I think Michael already covered that one.
Oh, he did?
It's the next thing, I think.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. You'll have a dream the next time you go to bed. Please remember it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. The best way for them to contact you is normally when you sleep, because when you sleep, your mind isn't bothered by all that programming, because your mind is more free that way. So sometimes they will contact you through a dream, and like you said, pay attention to that. Pay attention to the signs in the dream. If you see her face in it, try to make sure you focus on that. And if she's trying to tell you something, and you see her lips move, focus on that in the dream, because you can control you can control what you do in your own dreams. If you want to listen, your body's gonna make you listen. Let your inner being take over, or whatever it is you have to do, if you understand how that works. And the dream that you have of your loved one, your mother or whoever, they will speak to you. They will give you a sign through the dream as well. So like you said, just pay close attention. Try to remember. I know that can be hard sometimes. I forget my dreams sometimes too. The minute I open up my eyes, the dream is just gone. But the ones that I do remember, sometimes they actually have a very, I won't say strange message, but it's a very important message, which also helped me in my life a lot. So yeah, just pay attention to that next time you have a dream where your mother's in it. And if you already had one, think about it. If you had a dream about your mom, she was already trying to contact you, but you may not remember what she said. If you may have had one in the past, you just didn't realize that's what that was. So think about that. If you know you had a dream about your mom in the past, she's already been trying to contact you. You just didn't realize it. All right. Cool. Okay, now this one again. This is coming from Winged Aeon. I knew there was a reason I was drawn to your channel. Yep, exactly. Everything happens for a reason in its own time. It's what we've been saying all night on the other video and on this one. We are all connected, people. We just have to realize that. We have to break that doggone barrier between us, because we are separated by families and lives and individual situations and oceans and landmass, you name it. We're separated by that. But We don't realize that even though we're separated from all this stuff and by race and all that, we are all connected in some way because we all come from that same energy. Pieces of the Creator was placed in us. We became who we are because of that. That's why we are made in His energy, not His image. So you got to make sure we get that straight. We're not made in His image. I mean, that's a form. You would say His energy is His image, but you have to say we are made in His energy because that's basically what He is. He is the ultimate energy. And a piece of that energy becomes who we are as our inner being, who we truly are, which is actually eternal. So we are actually immortal. When we leave our physical vessel, we live on our life as an immortal energy, and we have an opportunity to go to another life, another cycle, another level. It doesn't have to be here, or you can choose to stay here in the in between place and learn about everything that you never knew, especially when you realize that your entire life was a lie when it came to reality. That's the part that you will learn if you don't learn it now when you go to the in between place, just so you know. Okay. Let's see here. This is another one from Aeon. Okay, notice my name. You are awesome, brother. Thank you for sharing this important discovery with us. Hey, no problem. That's why, like I said, that's why we're here. And yeah, winged Aeon. Yeah, like winged angel. And she's right. I mean, I know that's your YouTube name, but still, there's a reason why you had that name in the first place. So why you picked it. But that's part of your inner being breaking through and giving you that ability to have that name. That was a seed planted for yourself by your own inner being, because you are meant to be here to find out more about yourself, just like how I just revealed to you what I truly am. Okay, so now that you know that you are who you truly are, you go with it. And I want to talk to you about tapping into your inner being. Like I said before, in order to do that, what you have to do is clear your mind. That's going to take some practice because you're going to have a lot of these crazy random thoughts just popping in your head every once in a while. But you got to get that under control. And that's all part of being able to control yourself. The first thing you have to do is accept the fact that you are in control, number one. Then you realize that you have the right to choose. Okay, so if you choose to accept the fact that you are who you know you are, then you just go from there. And you start to train yourself with your mind. Clear your mind as much as you can, as possible on an everyday basis. You can do while you're at work, while you're at home. You can be watching TV. You ain't got to, like I said before, you ain't got to do no hand symbols. You don't have to do no like chants or whatever, that Amnio Lengekyo or Om, all that stuff. You don't have to do all that. All you have to do is clear your mind and just let everything happen that is supposed to happen as it's supposed to happen. And when I say that, you're going to start feeling different. You're going to feel your body feeling different. Like you're going to feel energy surging in your body. And that's the energy of your inner being surging through you. You're going to feel, but what you want to do first is focus on the center of your chest, which is where your inner being resides. And it actually resides around your heart. And it works its way through everything, including your heart. So once you feel that this like a energy within the center of your chest, also focus on your mind. And once you make that connection, things will start to become clear at that point. Just practice that every chance you get. Like I said, you don't have to close your eyes. You can do it when you're awake. You can do it when you're walking about, you're driving, as long as you know how to focus on driving. But just doing that, I don't do it because you never know what could happen if you're not used to it. But if you're stationary, you're at work or whatever, it's very possible. So if you need to know more, just let me know. Hit me up in my email address, meckdee@comcast.net, and I will further give you more details and training on that, on how you can get that started. Because it's very important that you learn how to tap into your inner being. You'll learn even more about yourself. I promise you that. Okay, now this is coming from Sweet Sin again. This is for Michael Bird, though. Let's see, what's that for me? Good question. Let's see. No, see, it wasn't that bad. She just came in, so It might have been for both of us. Who knows? Could have been a seed that was planted for the both of us. But was it that bad? You finding out that information? If it wasn't, then you know that it could have been for you. All right. Now this is when it's coming from UFO Chronicles UK. He's asking or saying actually, I always click back in my body. Can so sense a child. Oh, okay. That's good. That's very good. You got it under control to the best of your ability. So that's really good. You learned on your own. So great. And he's saying, yeah, okay, so it was for you. That was for you. So yeah. Okay, so there you go. There, your question was answered. All right, this is from Sweet Sin again. She said, thanks. I'll try to remember my dreams. I don't I don't like I used to. Yeah, it happens, you know. Okay, let's see here. You should be able to remember. Yeah. Okay. This is coming from Juan. How do we use 100% the good old brain? Well, it's like I said before. It starts off with training your mind by using a meditation technique, like I just explained earlier. How you just do your best to clear your mind, and once you do that, try to keep it clear as long as possible until things start to happen, because you have to let everything happen the way it's supposed to happen. Now, the experience may be different for everybody, but once you start feeling different in some kind of way that you can't explain, you may feel something within your body. That's what's supposed to happen. You know, some people may freak out, say, "Oh, I'm starting to tingle. Something wrong with the circulation." Some people, they doubt it by doing that. They start thinking other things like something ain't right because you never experienced that before. But I guarantee you that it's supposed to happen. You're just feeling the energy from your inner being, and that's the first step. Once you feel that, you just go with it, let it happen, and then maybe other things will start to happen. You know, especially once you start focusing on your mind as well, and you connect that with your inner being, the energy would actually tell you that that's actually happening, and then things will start to come clear. Your mind will start noticing things. It'll help you noticing things. It'll help you notice things, and your perception on reality will start to look different. You'll start looking around. You'll be like, wait a minute, and then you'll start to understand things a lot better. And I know because I've been through it already. My perception on reality had just changed just like that. And I'm looking around. Everything will feel different, but it's still the same. So that's the thing. You just got to realize that everything will feel different, but it's actually still the same. You know, and nothing's going to change because that's just the way things are. It's not going to change. You're just going to start seeing things in a different perspective. Like, say, for me, when it happened to me first, I could see the energy in all of the objects that were made from the earth, like metal, like containers and all that stuff. And that's another thing, too, that I learned about myself, that I have an ability where I can make energy an extension of myself, where I can actually move things. People call that telekinesis. But you have to understand the mechanics of telekinesis. It's not what you may hear about on TV or on YouTube. Think about it. There's a lot of videos on YouTube about telekinesis. They show you how they do it, but they don't show you how they do it. They don't tell you how to do it, basically. They don't give you a tutorial. They just show you a little small video and then they cut it off. So technically, I'm not saying they don't know what they're doing, but I don't think they really know how they do it. This is my personal opinion. Because if they wanted to share with you, I'm pretty sure they would have done it if they wanted other people to know how. But if they don't really know how they do it and they just did it, but they just were still able to control it somehow, but still couldn't really grasp how it really works, then it might be a video that was not made for you. But if you come here, I can show you. Well, not show you, but tell you how it's done, because I haven't gotten to that point yet. I won't be able to do that until I reach my full potential. But you have to, like I said, make the energy of that object, as long as it's made from the earth, an extension of yourself. And I can tell you what it's going to feel like. It's going to feel like a magnetic pull, like positive and negative magnets. It's going to feel like, and the energy is kind of like cone shaped. I can even tell you the shape of it because it feels that way. It feels like a cone shaped energy, but it feels like the magnetic pull of two magnets together, positive and negative. And that's how you're able to actually move objects, because I've actually done it with an ability that I realized that I do have I call it the blank out state, where I go into this extreme focused state where nothing can bother me, where I'm just so focused, just nothing will bother me at all. And then that's when I go into that part where I can just start moving things around. It's a very intense feeling for me personally. That's my personal, gift that I'm able to do. It's just an ability that I have. And I've done it maybe 3 or 4 times, so I know that it's possible because I saw it with my own eyes, and it was an amazing feeling. Okay, moving on. We got one from Juan here. He says, how do we use 100%? Oh, all right. Okay, we covered that. I'm sorry. Okay, and let's see. Sweets and you think. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Let me see. This one's coming from our buddy. For my own spiritual growth, I have come to understand that it is not a name, it is a feeling. It is a vibration that comes from everywhere. Our problem is people cannot feel it anymore. And it's very true. They can't. It's that program, basically. That's what's doing it.
Yeah, and he does say that each individual person has their own vibrational level.
Mm-hmm.
That it's basically like their own individual presence.
Yep. Oh yeah. This is coming from our buddy again, and I know most people will not understand that, but I have to try. Of course you do. The name of the creator, that's what it is. Okay. And that's finally got to the very bottom of everything. So waiting on some more.
You say that we're getting down to the wire, huh?
Yeah, 2 hours and 27 minutes. It's already 12:50. So this is a very, very good one. I was loving all these questions. I really am. And people are getting the answers from all these questions. So you're coming here to find out the ultimate truth, people. That's why we're here. That's why I'm here. That's why I was created. Part of why I was created. And my friends here also. It is time for all of the truth to be revealed, whether the government is trying to hide it or not. And this is the channel to come to, because I do not hide behind the government. But I can tell you that I have been followed by them. I may have mentioned this in my videos in the past, where it all started out by me searching for information on the Black Knight satellite. And I'm pretty sure people have heard of that. We got some more comments in already. Okay. Let me see. Okay, congratulations on finally coming out. Oh yeah, thank you very much. I feel good about that now. So it's out there, so now I can feel better about it. Now everybody knows the truth, because I've been wanting to do that for a long time. Because I don't like to leave my fans, in a loop. Because I did tell them a while back that I had something to reveal, and I just didn't know when. But when I do, it'll come out, and this was that night. So yes, it does feel good, and thank you for that. Whew, I do feel better. Okay, so do you have a question, or the gentleman or the lady that I might be able to answer?
We're definitely going to have powwow at some point.
Oh yeah, yes we are. We're gonna get together, my friend. Trust me, it's gonna be the 4 of us just knocking back questions. What'd you say?
That was my fault.
Okay. Say I can't see the screen or the comments, so I don't know who's sending all this, but
Okay.
Yes, Michael, I definitely look forward to the 4 of us getting together and having a discussion.
Oh yeah. Now that everything is out in the open, so yeah, we can finally, start talking a little bit more. Okay, this is coming in from Juan. What is it about the granite, the water, the woods? Why won't the beings let Earth know they're here?
Well, that goes back to that separation as well. As I said earlier, when they left, and that balance was separated, it took that knowledge with them. They were no longer here to teach that knowledge.
Right.
And so there's also the fact that at that point, because of fear, anything that wasn't human was looked at with fear. So they kind of decided to hide themselves. Now, that does not, yes, exactly. Yeah. Certain rules have to be followed.
Yeah. Most definitely.
But that doesn't mean that if they choose to, they can't show themselves to you in some way. They can't, if they choose to, reveal themselves.
Right.
But they only do it with certain people.
Mm-hmm. Like us, with them certain people. See, and they do show
and
themselves.
They do, yeah, every now and then.
Yeah, every now. Yes, they do. Yep. Yeah, I've seen a couple of them myself. Quite a few of them. Actually.
Yes, I've seen quite a many things.
Yeah, and now I'm gonna tell you also, I actually hear the voices, or I just know what they're saying of the others, which are the other guardians. That's what they call themselves, the others. Or at least that's what my uncle called them. And they will come in with certain phrases like "We're almost here," be prepared, stuff like that. These are like seeds being planted, so that we'll know that that's who they are, and they're on their way. Like they're like right on top of us. I feel the balance. I feel them coming back and everything. So it's definitely gonna happen. Like you said, we just don't know when, and I'm perfectly fine with that because I actually want to be shocked by this because I know it has to happen anyway. So you have to want it, for it to happen as well. Even though it's gonna happen anyway, but I'd rather want it to happen than be saying, okay, should I not want this to happen? No, I'm too scared. No, I mean, is it gonna hurt us? No, that's not gonna happen. That's not how that works. Okay, now he's also saying, I guess it's that you have to meet certain criteria or spirituality open to other things. Yeah?
Yeah, I think it's all in the way you react to them. They have that knowledge that we don't have.
Right.
Or didn't have.
Right.
And I think they are able to see what kind of person you are and how you react. And that's how they choose to reveal themselves.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
Because I've never reacted to fear, like to anything with fear. I've always been like curious and open and wow, what is that? I really want to know.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like that too, man, because like I can tell you the very first book I read on any hold on, yeah. They said, yeah, it's like eavesdropping every now and then. Yep. It sure is. But for me, like when I first started really getting into the whole grays thing or the interdimensional beings, I read my very first book, which was Communion, which was about Whitley Strieber's experience, in upstate New York. Well, I think it was in upstate New York. I can't remember what part, but the book was based on his story, and the movie came out too called Communion. That was like my very first time really understanding, abductions and aliens and all that stuff. So that was my starting point for all this. I say, okay, well, you missed my question, my brother. Oh, I'm sorry, my friend. What question was that? I want to make sure I got it in. Let me see. I thought I covered all of them. What was your question again, my friend? I know we talked about 100% of the brain. I covered that part. I don't know how far back that was. See, what is the creator's name? We covered that. Let me see. Harms. That's funny. We covered that.
Oh, yeah, that's what we were just talking about.
What? Which part?
The grid, the water, the woods, why they don't.
Oh, yeah. I thought we covered that part. I think it was like it was like a 2-part question, I think, in one big sentence, I think.
Yeah, and that's what we were just talking about. They have, it's not that they don't reveal themselves. It's that.
Oh, yeah, right.
you have to meet certain criteria sort of before they will.
Right. In other words, I guess that means it's almost like you have to be worthy, or you have to be a certain type of.
No, it's not necessarily that you have to be worthy. It's more like how you're going to react.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
if they can pick up
that's
that
okay,
you
man.
have a positive reaction as opposed to a fearful reaction, you're more than likely more susceptible to see them.
Right.
we humans tend to not play very well with other things.
Yeah.
So they're very cautious about that.
Very cautious. You know, and I had to learn that the hard way myself. So yeah, but that's okay, man. You know, I mean, like I said, there's so much going on with all the questions and everything. So if you missed it, that's okay. Now, like I said, I want to make sure I get all the questions in before we end this, because like I said, we're getting down to like 2 hours and 30 minutes, and it's already 12:59. So what I want to do here is make sure that my friends here are still wanting to go along with this for right now. Do they want to stop since it's getting so late? They're tired or whatever. So we've been going at this for about 4 hours already. So yeah, I mean, it's been fun. I'm loving everything about this.
I'm game to keep going as long as they want to keep asking questions. I mean,
yeah, oh yeah, I'm still
okay.
I'm still raring too. I just
also,
want.
I want to mention something. I mean, I'm game to stay too,
Okay.
but I want to go ahead and get this out of the way. When it comes to your questions, if you feel
Yes,
if you come across a question later, like a question comes to you later after this live chat's done, or say if you go back and watch the previous videos, especially the one about the message, and you have more questions, feel free to put them in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
And because me and the light will be, looking over the comments, and we will take note of questions that are asked. And we may do another live video, or we may do another recording video that address those questions.
Right.
yeah.
But
I mean,
also, on a more personal note, if you don't feel like putting a question in the comment section of any of the videos, I have an email address set up that you can send me these questions, and I will share all these questions with the light, and we will work together to answer them that way too. It is at the speaker 9485 at outlook.com. The speaker 9485 is all one word, and Outlook is OUTLOOK. So, and he'll also put that in the description, and it's also in the description of another video. So feel free to contact me with any questions that you may come across, or want to ask, and especially if it's something that you want to be more personal about. You don't say if you're timid and you don't want to put your question out there for everybody else to see, feel free to contact us that way.
Right. Okay. There you have it, folks. We got one coming in from our friend here, and he was saying how he noticed that some of the earth spirits that are coming out, and starting to show themselves, to different people, and he'll see somebody do a double take every time he's out somewhere.
Yeah, I saw something just last night I'd never seen before peeking in my window, and it didn't scare me, but I think I startled it. I didn't mean to.
Right.
But when I glanced over, it kind of shot backwards, like, oh, it saw me.
Yeah. So a lot of them don't really like to be seen, and then when somebody sees them, they be like, "Oh snap! I gotta get out of here." I see that a lot too. Because it's just like earlier when I told you I saw like a dark, ball of energy kind of shoot across the top of the, like close to the ceiling, and it just disappeared.
Yeah.
So.
Well, a lot of things are ramping up very rapidly. People are noticing things they didn't normally notice. The way the sky looks. It just all kinds of things, and they're starting to be like, okay, what's going on here? Something's different, and it's simply because that